Do you think it was specifically for Max? This was done specifically Max and team, whatever.
Like, if this is what you're doing, then why didn't we stop in Silverstone? Like, why didn't we do a red flag and wait for the track to dry in Silverstone?
That
And he's
and-
not 15. Like, he's an
Well-
adult. If he wants to not do it, he can not do it.
We'll
It's
come to
wrong.
Hamilton
Yeah.
later. Just
Totally
mention him
fine.
there. Mention him there and then come back, not to McLaren.
Hamilton's pit stop was great.
Yeah! Come on.
I love how he wants my validation for Hamilton.
And I have this feeling that you've given me 6.5 and that's why I'm going to say 7.5. Give us the source also where you got this.
My head. Hello guys, welcome back. We had a long break of 2 weeks and we were posting a lot of content on Instagram, so it's not like you didn't see us, but yeah, we didn't see each other, so that's a different thing, but everything stays the same, contrary to popular belief. So without further ado, let's bring it on. Belgian Grand Prix. How was the race? What is the first thing that comes to your mind when we say Belgian Grand Prix? And no, it cannot be Lewis Hamilton.
First thing, what a great introduction, dude.
Thank you.
Amazing. I think
that.
if you guys haven't seen our previous introductions, you should definitely go and check out those videos. Then come back here and then see how we start this episode. But on that note, I think I'll bring back the point that it wasn't a great race as such. It was a very nice race. But yeah, I think it was मतलब ठीक है. We'll see when it comes to the ratings. Who
पहली
rates
बात तो
what.
धोखा दे दिया हमें the weather conditions
See,
ने.
the thing is that for all Hamilton fans, I think we are very happy. Pit
Fair
lane se
enough,
aake
yeah.
P7,
No,
it's a great
definitely,
race.
yeah,
It's a
yeah.
great race.
No, I was saying like weather-wise, it was dhoka for us because
Quite a
I was
waiting time.
getting so excited because the whole week they kept saying that it's gonna rain all 3 days,
Yeah.
and a lot of cars also made a few changes in their cars based on that, and then you come on Friday and just like dry, and everyone's just like, wait, what just happened? Why the hell is it dry? And even Saturday it was dry. And Sunday, out of nowhere, it rained so much that they had to cancel F3. So I mean, it was such a roller coaster of emotions, especially when it came
Yeah.
like when it came to the weather. But having said that, can I bring that up now?
What is it?
The
I'm scared.
waiting one.
What are you
of
bringing up?
Okay, I'll just go with it.
Okay.
स्टैरन को ना इससे पहले बोल के कोई फायदा नहीं, उसको कुछ नहीं याद रहता.
नहीं तो I'm playing the role कि यार क्या है, like I don't know about it, like
You
I'm
know
being
very well about it. Don't tell them you don't know. He just acts like he doesn't know. He does a lot of homework. He actually watches the race twice, once for himself and once to make notes. He's just fucking with you all.
ठीक है, what is
Don't
it
buy
that-
this shit.
What is it that you're saying? I don't know.
If you follow me on my Instagram, if you
Sorry.
haven't, you should now. Because like, the hell are you doing here? God. But moving on from that, I had actually posted on my Instagram, so if you haven't watched it, I'm going to talk about it now. One thing that I did not appreciate was the fact that, okay, screw everything
Now
else.
I know what she's going to talk
Yes.
about. I think we
Screw
should move on to the
everything
next topic.
No, why? We'll talk about this.
ठीक है, चल.
Okay, you watch Formula 1? You watch Formula 1?
Who was watching event?
Screw
That time we would have started.
You watch Formula 1? Great.
I think
when
so.
I say Spa, what is the first thing that comes to your mind as a circuit? What is Spa circuit to you? Like, what is it infamous for?
Rains.
And a wet race.
Wet race.
Right? Yeah, okay. So, going by that, I understand that people, like, the race was delayed. We all know the race was delayed. And I get that because, you know, we've had a lot of accidents in Spa and it's really not safe when it comes to visibility and the track is very tough. Totally understandable. And initially, when they started the race, the visibility was 0. So, it made complete sense for them to stop racing. But waiting for the track to dry to start racing on a circuit which is infamous for its wet races, is that not a crime?
Do you think it was specifically for Max?
I wouldn't
Because
go to the
I
extent
think
of
I think
that.
those are the reports that has been or is circulating around कि this was done specifically so that Max and team whatever can't get an advantage, blah
Honestly,
blah blah.
I don't want to go into that because again, I do not want to jump on a bandwagon without reading about it. So I haven't read this. Yes, I did read Joss's statement where he was like, this was against Max. But honestly, even Max fans know that Joss is stupid. Like, there's nothing against. He's a shit stirrer. Like, honestly, you don't know how much of what he's saying is real, how much of what he's saying is not.
Yeah.
But yes, if you say it like this, Max was one of the drivers, if not the only drivers, who did suffer because of that.
Yeah.
But since they had made the setup based on the reins, and had they not done that setup, and had they used the same setup that they used for the sprint race, which helped him gain a P1, is like that would have worked much better for them. But again, I mean, anyone in their right state of mind, if they're going to race in Spa, is going to definitely set up based on a wet race, because that's what Spa is, and that's what, like, wet races are a genre of its own, you know. And being so safe, please don't get me wrong, safety is our first priority, and F1 cars have done a major shift in the way they take safety as a concern, and it's great. But safety and art are two different things. Like, hence I agree when they said that initially when they started, the visibility was not enough for them to race in.
Yeah.
But they didn't have to wait an hour and 20 minutes for the track to dry, because this is like, if this is what you're doing, then why didn't we stop in Silverstone? Like, why didn't we do a red flag and wait for the track to dry in Silverstone? Like, it was the same thing, it was the same reason, and people got screwed because of that in that race as well. So you can't be that inconsistent with your decisions. Either you make a thing that, okay, you know what, from now on wet races are not happening, we are going to wait for the tracks to dry for us to race. Or you be like, wet races we can only race once your visibility is, say, 15%.
Yeah,
but none of that has happened. Like, you cannot be so inconsistent in a matter of 3 weeks.
Yeah. We were actually coming to the point that I think a lot of fans, a lot of drivers were like, when and why is it specifically happening, and when is it that we're going to start the race? I think even as fans, for that 15 or 20 minutes, 30 minutes, everyone was...
1 hour.
No, I'm saying initially, when we're like, yeah, it's not happening now, it's not happening now. And everyone could see eventually ki yaar, kuch nahi ho raha hai. Like, the weather was clean.
Yeah.
It's not that ki, okay, chal, you don't have to really wait for the sun.
Exactly.
It's no rule. Like if you, compare this with cricket, at least there you know that if there's bad light, you can't play after a certain period of time.
Yeah.
But here, we don't have those rules. So
No,
I
we
think
should be
because,
having those rules.
so like I was just coming to the point that the fact that you pointed out to bring consistency, that there should be one specific rule, like you mentioned, ki after this point, we will do what it takes.
I mean, that's what happens in every sport,
Yeah,
right?
definitely.
Because मैंने वो देखा, I'm like, initially I was like, चलो ठीक है यार, we don't want another Antoine Hubert thing happening, rest in peace. But bhai, barish is done, it's fine, track is wet, track is going to be wet if it has rained. I mean, why is it such a big thing? Like, we are not playing pickleball that you can't play in the wet. We're not playing tennis that you can't play in the wet.
Yeah.
You have you have a separate tire, which is given just specifically
for the wets,
for these situations, and you just kept that tire, staring at it and taking pictures of it. It's not gonna help you. You have to use it, and that is why, like, और या तो करो तुम cancel ही कर दो race.
Yeah, because with every precedent, right, that will change, I think.
Yeah,
like tomorrow there's someone else, कुछ और आ जाएगा. So I think they need a standard reform.
We should. The main point in this is that I am not even giving an example of a race from last year that some new changes or some new people have come into the power of making decisions. It's the same team which let people race in Silverstone.
Yeah.
Yes, we did do red flags for obvious reasons because people were going in and that. But it's the same team that did the Silverstone, and they let people race. And the same team have stopped because why? The tarmac is wet. I mean, have you heard of this thing called wet races? Like that, it's one of the beauties of Formula One. You know, like how playing football in the rain is so beautiful. The same thing, like Silverstone to watch was crazy. It's again, and honestly, Silverstone was more unsafe.
Yeah, so I was coming to the same point that I think we could also term Spa as not very risky. Is that okay to say? Or would you say it is not riskier than Silverstone, like you normally put it?
Honestly, I would say Spa is definitely one of the more dangerous tracks to race because of the way it's shaped and stuff.
Uphill and all.
Yeah, and but Silverstone, generally is not a deadly track. It's just that the rain this year made it very deadly. Like, as a track is not a track which has seen a lot of deaths or anything. Thank God. Thank God for that. But as compared to that, yes, Spa is generally only a much harder track, and especially in the rain, yes, it gets tough. But having said that, Silverstone this year was way more dangerous to drive in than, like, drivers. I don't understand how FIA is made for the drivers and the team. And if you have drivers on the radio complaining multiple times that they cannot see anything, there is no visibility, and you're making them race. And the same, like, I just don't know how it makes sense, and the same people after 2 races, when there is everything is fine, the visibility is okay. Yes, initially the first time it's not. I'm mentioning them again and again so that you don't come at me and be like, oh, they could have died. I know when they started it was not the ideal time, but half an hour from when they could have started was definitely the ideal time, because the rain did stop in 20 minutes.
Can I just throw in something there?
Yeah.
Do you think Max would have won or would have come up the order if decided early?
It's always a woulda, shoulda, coulda, man. Like you.
No, I'm just saying. What's your?
For sure, but looking at the,
because he won the sprint, I'm saying.
Yeah, looking at the setup that Max had, he definitely would have been a little better,
because he looked confident in that car.
Yeah, but again, having said that, he wasn't very confident on the day of the race, because I remember him complaining on the radio.
No, I'm saying post the sprint. You've seen everything. You've
but
gotten ready.
The setup on the car
which I think still makes you feel that okay, this is my vibe. Like the fact that that a condition like this suits you well. I think there is that inner confidence.
Max is very confident in rain, but the thing here is, I don't know how to put it, but see, Max, the sprint car that Max had, that I would have been a little more sure about the fact that it could have been on the podium. But after they changed it into a low downforce, was it low downforce? I think low downforce. Yeah, after they changed into a different setup, what happened is that the rain wala thing also they didn't get, and at the same time the car was also
Mixed
not
up.
that great. Like, the reason they sacrificed their quali so that they could get better in the race, because they were keeping in mind that it's going to rain, and that's the setup they put. So they were like, even had they put on the same setup in the quali and the race, firstly they would have gone much higher in the quali, and on the day of the race, if you like qualify higher, it's much better to get a podium. It definitely is.
I was also thinking about because we're speaking about Red Bull, right? I think a very other serious topic, you can say, or maybe fun topic, was also
what you're talking about.
Yuki.
Oh, I thought it was Lauren.
No, I was like,
I'm
I
very happy
just
to
thought about it. I didn't make those pointers here, but now it's come to my mind that that's something I wanted to
Go on.
speak about. What is happening? Like, I heard that his contract, this is his last year with Red Bull, probably may not be in an RB as well, or like a week up.
We did talk about this in the previous podcast, but I'm more than happy to refresh your minds. If you haven't seen the previous podcast, this is your sign or not.
Yeah, because even I've forgotten about him.
No worries, I will remind you. So, Yuki is a Honda push driver. He's come in from the whole Honda side of it. And I'm going to explain in short. Okay, Yuki is a Honda president. He's so happy to hear that.
Yeah.
He's like, thank God, 20 minutes legi abhi. Yeah. But Yuki is a Honda push driver, like sponsored by Honda in a way. He's Japanese, Honda's Japanese. Honda is leaving Red Bull this year. And it's just that Yuki was a sponsored driver. Yeah, exactly. So
where does he go?
After that, after Honda goes away, Yuki is anyway signed only for a year this year for Red Bull. They only signed him for a year. And
so he
now
can't
that
be in
Honda's
a
out,
week up
he doesn't
also.
have a... No, because he's not making such big strides. If he wants
But in the
to
week
be,
up, he was good. That's what we all saw.
Honestly, Red Bull this weekend was much closer to each other as compared to all the other weekends this season.
What do you mean closer to each other? This
Closer
guy
to
was
each
P4,
other.
this guy was down.
Where?
Yuki was where?
No, but in like quali and all, like speed wise, the car had speed. Like is what I'm saying.
Acha,
That
that
during quali, they were giving up similar lap times to each other. Even the sprint quali, they were like much closer. Like rather than seeing them at the opposite ends of the chart every time, it was good to find them closer to each other. Is what I mean. Which is something I'm coming to next. Is like the car is now. I think thanks to Lauren, the new principal, he's like you don't feel like there has been such a big shift in the team, you know, and he seems like much calmer. The team looks good. The drivers have been speaking very highly of him, and for them to get a first sprint win the first weekend he's become a principal, I think that says a lot about the team.
Yeah.
And if you see the details, I mean, the cars are slightly closer to each other. Maybe they are actually trying to listen to the drivers and not that about themselves, which was an Horner thing, that he was like he knew too much. But again, I have never been to the garage, though. These are all just things that I've heard. I wasn't there, sadly. Once I'm there, then I'll tell you full goss. So pray for me, then I'll get there. But having said that, I mean, Yuki, as of now, there is no future that I see for him, to be very honest. If he keeps performing like this, he just got unlucky with the car, which is not great. But now with the whole, okay, Max is not leaving Red Bull, at least for this year or next
Yeah, I think
year.
that is understood now.
I mean, honestly,
not a big.
after the sprint win, fair enough. I mean, if you're winning, his point is I need to win. Whoever helps me win, I'm going to win it for them. So if Red Bull is listening to him now, why not?
But sprint we don't count now. Like.
Yeah, but why we say sprint, why I'm using sprint as such a big thing is because it's just confidence for the team that they are faster.
I know. I'm just saying because I'm not sure if all of you have watched our previous episodes where we've been mentioning to Himika about Lewis Hamilton winning the sprint and her, reply to it. So probably you can go and check that, and then you can come back. So because today her Max has won the sprint, so
I'm not
just
saying,
like trying to like
Max
throw in.
But the only difference is Max has more sprint wins than everybody else on the grid combined. So maybe that says something. But
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. The point was it doesn't matter. So.
Okay. No. Honestly,
I was just bringing that.
In all like seriousness, the only reason I'm bringing up sprint, yes, sprint wins don't count. They are like, even the drivers don't count as wins. But it's just the confidence that a driver will have in a team, that okay, they can actually give me a car that can help me win.
Yeah.
That's the only thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's
Which happened with Lewis, and since then we've not seen anything
Poor guy,
since Japan.
man. Yeah.
And I think that shouldn't probably continue with Red Bull from Belgium.
I hope so.
Let's move to somebody else. Very interesting person.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Go on.
You want?
Go
No,
on,
you
go on.
finish your point.
No, mera ho
Because
gaya.
we're moving on.
Yeah, I have moved on.
Okay. So sad. We're moving to Lance Stroll, guys. What about? You will ask what about him?
Oh,
but
what
see,
about him? Wait, take 2. What about him?
you're so cute, Amika. But what I want to say is that, I'm starting to feel bad for him.
Aww.
Like honestly,
Aww,
like
so much money. Oh, so sad.
no, I think all those things are fine. Even I've thrown shit at him in the last 2-3 episodes.
Who
Even we were
hasn't?
like,
I mean,
even we
everyone
were
shit
like, yeah, Lance enough and this and that, and we're like, his dad's doing this, his dad's doing that. But now, after I saw those videos of him, I think he's going under some stress, or people on Twitter and all calling him like a loner.
See,
alone.
honestly, it's we as people.
I'm just
media,
concerned for his mental health, is what
I'm actually getting on that. I'm like, social media. I don't know how it is, but thankfully, like I can understand the side of it, because I've like, of course, not as big as these people, but I've also seen that side of being a public figure, and people just think that you're untouchable in a way, in a way that you're unreachable in a way, but they don't realize that social media is for everyone. What you're writing here can be read in a small town in Africa without them even having to get out of the house. And when people say stuff, talk shit, they, I think, don't understand the consequences of the fact that the person that they're talking about will have access to it.
Yeah.
And Lance is someone who's been spoken wrong of for whatever reasons. I'm not taking his side. I'm sure, yes, he has taken the place of a lot of drivers who are waiting for a very long time and who might be more talented than him, might not, that only time will tell. And even when he gives a good result, he doesn't get the appreciation. Like, it's all he can read that. He can see it. All these drivers, you think that everything you say is not reaching a driver. It is. They choose to not talk about it because just how you are talking shit, there are 18,000 people who are talking shit and they just can't. Like, it's it's very hard for you as an audience to put yourself in their shoes, but it's important.
See, there's also one aspect key, like, whatever you were saying. I think the fact that, yeah, he may be taking someone's space, but also the fact that maybe he has a very strict dad who just wants him to do what his dad wants him to do. That is number one. One way of looking at things is that he doesn't have an option. He has to follow his dad's footsteps.
Maybe it's just his dad's
Second one is, from what we observed there, that was happening. He was on the bus and,
he was
all
in
by
a
himself.
corner.
And
Yeah.
second option is there was no one to wave at you, no one to see, no one to talk to you. So what do you do anyways? You might as well be on your phone. That is probably what a normal person also would do.
But
if you look at
that
it
is
in
the
a way,
thing, na,
I don't have any fans, I'm not
But
racing
that's
well.
what makes or breaks you, right? That is what you take as your motivation or your demotivation. You know
Fair,
what I mean?
fair.
It's like, if you see 3 years from now, McLaren would call all of Max's fans the Orange Army because they would wear orange. You know?
Yeah.
Like, change, it's how you see it. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, and they would make fun of it even on like interviews. They're like, oh, we have all the Orange Army. They knew they had no fans because they were a mid-tier team.
Yeah.
But now here they are. They have people who are like making their face, like cutting faces of their faces out. And
McLaren,
I mean,
Lando Piastri.
that's what you take it. Like, that's how you take it. You can either take it like, oh, I have no fans to wave at. I'm like, fuck, I have no fans to wave at. I am in a good car. New is gonna design my car next time. I'm gonna break everyone's face. But all of that comes if you really want to be there.
I think that's a very good point, guys. Change in mentality, change in attitude, and the way you look
Yeah.
at things. I think probably he should do that.
And he's not 15. Like, he's an
Well-
adult. If he wants to not do it, he can not do it. I mean, at that age, when you're like 26, 27, I don't think your dad can force you to do things.
Can we ask you how old are you?
I'm not.
I'm kidding, guys. I'm kidding.
I am
We are
older
moving
than
on.
that,
We are
in
moving
case.
on. We are not listening, guys.
Yeah, you can find it on YouTube.
Let's move to Piastri and Lando.
Yes, I had a very interesting thing for McLaren, which, there's a conspiracy.
Was a conspiracy. Okay.
Oh, you missed it. I said it first.
No, say it.
Never mind. Okay, so if you've seen the sprint race and the race, do you see something similar that happened in both the places?
What? Point out like what? Batteries, cars, wings,
Okay, I'll just give you a hint. The
drivers.
start.
What start like?
The race start. Did you see anything similar in the race starts?
No.
Something that's... Okay. So, after having a keen eye in the starts...
Give us the source also where you got this.
My head.
Oh, this is your conspiracy theory.
No, this is my This is not my conspiracy theory. I will explain and then you say. Okay?
That's why I'm asking.
I will. If you let me. A lot of people said that. Do you think Piastri went P2 intentionally? Because initially I was like, no, you can't really intentionally be P2 because there are other teams behind you, right? But then somebody pointed out to me that Piastri was hitting quick first sector, second sector. And of course, you can see the pointers over there, right? The moment he saw that no other team is close, his third sector was yellow. Why was it yellow? It could have been green. He didn't make a mistake. So is it possible that Oscar actually made sure that it didn't start P1 so that he could be on an advantage on the day of the race? That's my conspiracy.
I'm just saying it should have been in the first turn then. Because then it is an advantage. If it's not, then it's difficult, dude. Because if Lando really picked that pace, he would have flown.
But Lando also had battery issues initially.
That is a
That's
different thing.
Yeah. He got unlucky.
My point was that
Lando got unlucky also, plus he drove
Yeah.
like shit also. He made too many mistakes.
yeah.
Fucking hell.
But great theory, guys. I think that this is something at least to even
Yeah,
think
I was
about.
like,
Even I was like,
When
because I was getting into it and then I figured out,
But P2,
Interesting.
Like, even when you start on Silverstone, it's better to start from P2 than P1 apparently.
Start on.
Belgian Grand Prix, Spa, sorry.
Once
Not
more.
Silverstone, my bad. When you like start Spa, apparently the second position is better to start and then first. So do we think that? But again, like it's not easy. Like you can't.
But these are
be-
theories. I think it's a
Again,
good theories.
Very, very. Please be nice in the comments and tell me if it actually makes sense. Okay, should I like give you more shit that goes on in my head, or should I like?
And we're also just putting it out there, like we saw again. Probably not the first turn, probably not that very lap as well, not the fourth lap. Sorry, it happened in the
that
fifth
lap
lap,
only.
that same lap, but it happened eventually.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
after turn 1, turn 2,
Yeah,
whatever.
after turn 2, I think.
Yeah, so not the first turn, but yeah, I mean, it's a theory that we can obviously explore and see if there's any meat in it.
Yeah, because
And you never know, because these
Oscar's
strategies,
a great learner. Because Max
yeah.
did the same overtake with him.
which is fair. I think from a move perspective, he must have copied
Yeah.
Max totally. From a perspective, if he did want the second in the sprint, that's what I.
McLaren, you want to say anything else about McLaren?
No, I think McLaren are doing a fantastic
No.
job, and I also
disagree.
think why.
Sorry, their pit stop thing. They very bad pit stops. Both
So
of them.
I was watching Lando's thing.
Yeah.
Lando's thing. I'm
2
saying
point-
I
like
was
2.5.
watching. Yeah, I was watching Lando's pit stop, and the commentators mentioned that he probably has come in a
Lap later.
not a lap later, edge ahead. He didn't stop right at the place
Oh, yeah,
where he
yeah,
had
yeah,
to.
yeah,
So
yeah.
in a way, you can't blame the team. You also have to blame Lando from where he
But it's a
stopped the car.
wet-ass
Because see,
race, man.
yeah, I'm not blaming the fact that you said
No, no, yeah,
I'm
it's
just
not
saying
just team.
it was Lando's error also. If probably he needed that, he wanted to win that race. Those
Little
1-2
things,
mistakes,
yeah.
where you as a driver, I think for them it's a little easier because
but
they've
even
been.
for Oscar came straight on on the mark. Why was Oscar's pit stop 2.8 seconds? That's still
Oscar
high.
went first, right?
Yeah. 2.8
That-
is high. Like in a race like
It was
like
good
this,
also, but
2.8 is not good, Stalin. It's fuck all.
But it's wet
like,
race.
Until 2. No, wet race में pit stop का क्या है baby?
आई एम जस्ट सेइंग कि यार थोड़ा सा इधर उधर नहीं
No,
ठीक है ठीक है
2.8 is a very bad timing for a pit stop. I think until 2.5 is still bearable. 2.3
जस्ट
would
से
be
हैमिल्टन
ideal.
वाज ग्रेट pit
He
stop
was.
yeah? 2.2
No, Hamilton was.
we'll
great
come to
throughout.
Hamilton
Yeah.
later. Just
You
mention
only
him
said-
there and then come back, not to McLaren.
Hamilton's pit stop was great.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah,
Okay.
I love that. I love how he wants my validation for Harry Hamilton. I love that. Okay, but I think and also they could have asked the drivers to maintain a little bit of a gap since they were already ahead of the entire like jhund over there behind them. So
Interesting.
it just made sense for them to like. If they would have had increased a little bit of gap and done a double pit stop, I think that would have been better. Like they still got a 1 and 2. Like I'm not complaining,
Yeah.
but I just say we could have just gotten to see a better fight. Is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, maybe at some points, I think they are in a place where now they will not care about these things because they still want to. That happens in a team. We are getting 1-2. These teeny mini mistakes are like, maybe we'll rectify it in the next race, but negligible.
No, but that did cost Lando his race, right? At the end of the day,
I
they
mean, the
don't care
team will
about
not see it.
1-2.
Lando will
No,
definitely
funnily
pay
enough,
heed to it.
Nico did ask Zach about this.
Which is, while you were talking about, what's his name?
Yeah, and
Joe.
Zach tried to brush it off very lightly. He's like, yeah, that happens. And he's like, yeah, that cost him the race.
And people were putting out these memes
love
saying that
Nico.
protect Nico.
Bro,
Nico.
shit stirrer. And like he asks the right question. He literally
Yeah.
asked Josh. He's like, so what do you have to say about Horner now? Nothing to say. But
Yeah,
you had so much
Josh
to say
is-
before. I love him.
Yeah,
This
he
is the
said
kind of
he said
reporting we
now
need.
you're quiet, something of that
Yeah,
sort. He
something
said
like
now.
that. Dude, Nico is too good.
Yeah,
Nico
Nico
is
was
like
crazy.
we
I like when an athlete after his career becomes a pandit and then you see a different side of that person.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
they're
It's
not pretty
crazy.
anyone
I've seen
anymore.
so much in cricket and football as well, where as a player, as an athlete, you don't really realize that person has that in them. But suddenly when they're on this side of the screen, a different personality altogether. Dude. So
Yeah.
I think it's
Nico,
great.
yeah, Nico is like I wasn't very sure about him until like last season, but this season I've really grown to like him. Like he even shared that story about Hamilton and him in that hotel, how they would leave hotel rooms after they would leave it.
No, I didn't see that.
Oh yeah,
But-
that was during the break. I also didn't see it during the race because I was so annoyed. But I muted it. Sorry.
Max
कौन
wasn't
याद
doing well.
कर रहा है मुझे? But I saw it the next day.
Cat. Huh.
Yeah, I saw it the next day and I was like, okay, that's really funny. And Yeah, moving on. McLaren P1, P2 need to be a little more careful. Oscar, though, I would definitely give credit where it's needed. Like,
Feeling bad for Lando
no,
that
no, no,
now the
fuck
lead
that.
is.
Lando made his own mistakes. I'm not feeling bad for
नहीं
Lando.
मैंने
I am a
या
Lando girl myself, but I'm not feeling bad for him. He made 3 mistakes.
I'm not feeling bad.
Yeah,
I didn't
no.
mean it that way.
Yeah,
But
no.
I'm just saying कि he's losing his points and he's that kind of like a.
He
In
will-
my eyes,
he
he's
will
like
beat
a.
himself up for it.
Yeah, like a
Yeah.
Shant character. He'll soak the pressure so much, and then the fact that he soaked it so much.
He'll make him heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Oscar, I will give credit where it's
Yeah.
due.
Oscar is a
Those
madman.
mediums, taking those mediums for that far, and in the end, even
One
when
stop.
Lando got close with those hards, he still had surprising pace. He had pace in that fucking mediums after what 30, 40 or 30 odd laps.
Yeah.
That was crazy. Like I was like, wow, Oscar.
And Lando was pushing it. He was pushing it to the
Lando was
limits.
really pushing, and the moment he got closer, and
He
I
locked
think
up also
he
because
would
of that.
Thrice.
Yeah.
He locked up, like he lost 1.5 seconds. Like once he went off, so he lost 1.5 seconds. Then twice he locked up. So I mean, this I know we don't need to point it out again and again. I think he also realizes that this was his race to lose. That he lost it. There was nobody else that he could have blamed it on. Yes, a little bit on that pit stop, but not like I won't be like that's the only reason, because had he not gone off those 2 times, he would have we would have been able to see a much
Story would have been something different.
yeah, like we would have been able to see a much closer race. I'm still not gonna say that he would have won or not, but we would have seen some fight, because after seeing that pace that Oscar had towards the end, when he just pulled away into a 5 seconds, you're like, oh, he still had pace. He was actually just nursing his tires, which is crazy. I never thought Oscar knew how to manage his tires that well. I was very
But
surprised.
we spoke about that I think 2 episodes back that now
Watch
it's championship mentality. Oscar, Lando, both. But specifically Oscar, because I think he's a little more mature than Lando. In terms of maturity, in terms of the racecraft, I find Oscar Piastri a little better than Lando Norris.
I wouldn't want to agree to that, because I feel when it comes to defense and when it comes to even
That's because he's your chocolate boy.
no, I'm
You like
a Max
him.
fan. Liking someone does not negate the fact if I liked him so much, I would have never accepted the fact that he made so many mistakes. I would be like, no, he only lost because of the pit stop, which he didn't. He made mistakes and he lost. It's his race to lose. But having said that, I also believe that his racecraft is very good. There's a reason that he was. I will still go back to Russia 2021, where Ricardo and him were McLaren P1, P2, and he was faster and he was not allowed to overtake because behind was your favorite driver, Hamilton, and they were scared that Ricardo is not going to be able to defend against Hamilton. Ricardo, who's been on the track for way longer than Lando was at that moment. He needs to just relax a little bit. I mean, I feel all the lockups were happening because he was so desperate to win, and sometimes he just need to calm
The
down.
pressure.
Yeah, that does not negate his racecraft. I think
It'll happen, but I
his-
think with McLaren,
I
with
think his
Lando, it'll
racecraft
happen.
is great, and it's only getting better and better.
No,
If you
I
saw
didn't say it's.
last
I
year-
didn't say it's not great.
No,
I
know,
just said that Piastri, I think, is a little
Honestly,
better.
Last race, if you remember, like this race also, the reason Oscar overtook was also because Lando's battery literally just gave up that moment.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they were here. If he had battery, he would have gone past.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, both the same cars.
Cars,
You know what
yeah.
I mean? So this overtake was just bad luck for Lando, but also very good from Oscar. He was smart enough. He learned his lesson very quickly within a day. So I will give credit where it's needed, but I also feel that when it comes to Lando and Oscar's racecraft, I feel Lando has more racecraft, because also I don't blame him. Lando's been on the grid for way longer. If he doesn't have better racecraft, then he's a shit driver, and I don't think that's true.
If these two, but I think they keep driving like this for the next 2-3 years, I think there'll be just the McLaren dominance.
Next year
If
it's
the two
going
of
to
them,
be-
yeah, I know.
Next year is
I'm just saying.
Next year is
Next
a
is a
gamble, bro.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like
It's
going
like
back to
2022
square
again.
one. Yeah. Up next, we're going to go to a specific topic, which I think is very interesting because Himika's favorite drivers, or favorite driver, I would say, Max, he won a sprint. Lando probably came P2, but she chose to wear Ferrari jacket. She chose to support Lewis Hamilton. So we should talk about Lewis Hamilton, don't you think?
I love-
Because what a drive, guys.
I love
What a drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, coming from the pit lane, going directly to P7. He would have taken Alex Albon. We were, watching very closely. Close enough, you can say. You ignore the expressions. But, yeah, I
don't need
think
to say much sometimes.
I think
Sometimes my eyes do the
just
job.
felt that my guy is alive. The GOAT is alive.
Honestly, Lewis drove a fantastic race. Like, not gonna lie, I think he was driving.
With the flowers, guys. With the
He
flowers.
was driving with vengeance, like, and you could see.
Chocolates leke aao,
It
come
just
on.
reminded me a little bit of like the 2021 Lewis Hamilton. So it felt great. Honestly, it was good to watch him come back to his younger self and his more. Wow, look at you! It's like I'm talking about you. Guys, please put his face, okay, when I'm saying all
ये
this.
सब मत कर उल्के.
Please.
हाँ.
उल्केश, अगर तूने नहीं किया मैं घर आके मारूंगी तुझे.
वो नहीं है अभी यार. तो बोल.
So I feel Hamilton did a great job. Like even both the Ferraris, even like Charles did a very good job.
No doubt. Charles was too good.
Yeah, honestly, like these days when Ferrari gets a podium, like I feel in their like on their face, you can tell that they were not expecting it. You know, they were like, "How did I get here?"
Yeah, even I was not expecting Hamilton to come where he came.
Hamilton or Charles, yeah. He
Yeah.
started P4. Then also he was not like very. He didn't look very
Convinced. Convinced.
He didn't look very convinced when he got P3. He was like, yeah, P3. And I was like, bro, you are on the podium.
Yeah. Again.
Congrats. Yeah.
Again.
Oh, again. And even the last time he was on the podium, he was still so confused.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I think last time he was more upset. Ki
Yeah,
yaar,
yeah.
I would have done better.
Fair,
Now he
fair.
was like,
Now he's like,
yeah.
why am I here? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
And the fact that he was irritated as well. He said like, what did he say?
What
He said,
happened?
leave me alone. Don't like.
Yeah, dude.
At
you
that
have
specific
Max
time.
Verstappen up your ass for
Yeah.
44 laps. I mean, I wouldn't be talking to anyone either. Yeah, I wouldn't be talking to anyone either. So I get that, and I think he realized that, and he knew that went out. So when
He's
he
like,
was interviewing,
leave me alone.
Yeah.
I think that was pure aggression.
And
Like you
in-
could see so irritated that I'm doing it. Just let me do my job.
Yeah. And it's not the first time we've heard Charles say "leave me alone" on the radio, and I think we are all living for Ferrari radios these days.
Leave me alone,
but,
please.
I think he did realize that would have been broadcasted, so he was cheeky enough to mention it in his post-win interview when they interviewed all the free drivers. They're like, yeah, I had a little bit of my little bit of thing with my engineer, but that happens. Brian, that's his engineer,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
He's like, yeah, I had but you know, and I think by now Brian को भी आदत हो गई होगी कि ये तो चीखता ही करेगा because हम कुछ कर नहीं पा रहे हैं इसके लिए.
Yeah.
So fair enough.
I also
mean,
saw one of his interview where he was, I don't know if you had posted it or someone. Actually, it was just like a normal podcast clip of him.
Oh, where he was dreaming and he was like,
No,
box.
he said that I'm a very introvert person. I don't go out. I don't like to go to parties and all. I just like my close friends. I'll party with them. Just when he won, I think in Monaco or Monza, I think that's the one time he probably went out to party. And he says that if he does ever win a championship, that's the time he will, like you will find a Charles partying.
शाल तो फिर तो नहीं दिखेगा मैं
I,
party करता हुआ.
I was going to come to that line. कि when will that time come?
Because
Because if someone has to win next year, has to be Lewis. जीतेंगे तो जरूर. Lewis Hamilton लेके आएगा शायद. है कि नहीं? Then you can put that music. टा 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 ऐसे देख रहे हो इधर उधर.
Move on?
Yeah, I already moved on.
Oh yeah, have you?
Yeah.
Have you moved on from 2021 though?
That we'll see later.
Pew pew pew. Okay, sorry. Sorry.
Actually, I've moved on from 2021 also.
Yeah,
यार.
have you?
But पुरानी बात है.
Ask this to any Lewis Hamilton fan
Because
and you'd just be broken into pieces.
every Lewis Hamilton fan will tell you, we moved on. He has 8 titles. Khatam baat.
Fair enough, that's great. Okay, I think we've covered most of it.
I was also going to make that last point that there are no more upgrades. Is any other team having upgrade? Because you are our
Of course they will.
news. Which teams?
I mean, there are 11 more races left.
So you think that there is still,
Yeah,
even though
now
Ferrari is not going to
There's a
come
full-on
out.
summer break that's gonna come. What do you think the teams are gonna do during summer
Why
break?
is Ferrari not coming out with something? Like why have they already made a statement कि yeah, this is it,
पता
we
नहीं
can't
यार,
do
वो तो
anymore.
मारना लो जाके
Plus
अपना-
they've also made a statement कि Fred is going to sign a new contract. ये क्या बात हुई?
Honestly, I have no clue about this, to be very honest. Like, I don't want to say things just for the sake of it, but I have no idea. As of now, see, it's just funny that this, but I read the post, but I don't remember the reason that they gave for it. Do you remember the reason they gave for the no upgrade thing? You had shared it with me, right?
For no upgrades. No, they just said कि बस how much we have done. Now we'll do everything in
No,
26.
there was a reason that they gave.
Yeah?
Yeah.
No, I don't
Can
think so.
you
There
check?
was. नहीं था. I didn't share
Okay,
it with
never
you. But
mind. I honestly don't know the reason exactly why they said that they won't be having upgrades because there's a whole ass summer break that's gonna happen, which is almost a
so
month.
we're expecting some
Yeah,
fireworks.
exactly. Like that's where most of the teams are going to make upgrades, and it's just stupid of them. Like they're not even in that position. Like had McLaren said something like that, I would still understand. I'm like, yeah, they already have an upper hand. But for a team like Ferrari to say that we're not making upgrades and being kind of proud of it, that's I think slightly stupid.
Great, guys. I think we've covered major part of the things, but very important is for us to play our last and final segment, which we're doing always,
Yeah.
which is the guessing part.
For all the new people who are joining who have no idea what this game is, we play this game at the end of every race where each of us gives a pointer as to how much we think the race was out of 10. And once we show it to the camera, the other person has to guess what the other person has given as a point. And if we guess it correctly, good for us because he's not really giving me a gift for this. So, yeah. Okay, give your number.
Should we start?
Okay, you would rate this. What would you rate this? I would say you would rate this.
I won this once, huh? Just by the way, for all the new viewers, I've guessed it right once. So
Okay,
let's
wait,
set the context.
Wait, should I guess yours or what?
Obviously, you have to guess mine.
No, I won't give mine first.
You have to say yours. You'll only write
Acha,
mine.
Okay.
This is what you're writing is mine,
This is
right?
what I think he would give. Can you see? Okay. Go. You say yours
Likhna
first.
se.
If this is not true, I'm gonna throw this table on his fucking head.
Go down.
Oh wait. 1 second. I wanna change.
Why?
No, मेरी मर्जी तूने अभी तक बोला नहीं अपना
Someone must have told you.
मम्मी कसम किसने कुछ नहीं बोला. I gave my number first and I was like wait, he's happier than that.
Okay, I'll give hers till then. This is what I think she will give. ठीक है?
Okay.
You
चलो.
start.
Now you know.
अरे last time I started यार. ये क्या every time I can't.
I would give this race a 5.5.
श्रुति को reaction दे वापस.
क्या दिया उसने?
I give 6.5 guys. Just one.
Okay, your turn. What is yours?
I think I would give this race. So I was very confused between a 6.5 and a 7.5 because obviously Hamilton's done, really well. But I'm a competitive guy and I have this feeling that you've given me 6.5 and that's why I'm going to say 7.5.
I gave 6.5 first and then I removed and I put 7.5.
So Ulkesh, show the first one. Show the first one.
No.
Umesh. Yes! I had it in my heart. I was like, you know what? He is gonna give fucking 7.5. Yes! I won!
This is not
You
fair,
think
guys.
you're
This is
comparing-
not
no,
fair.
I gave it before you did. And when you said 6.5,
ये दो बार-
oh
दो
my
बार-
God, he's gonna
two
give
times.
6.5. But you didn't give yours.
Two
You still
times
had
you
your-
can't change.
Fuck you. Okay,
Two
thanks
times you
guys.
can't
I think on that note, I'm gonna end today's episode. Make sure you comment, like, and give us your ratings of how you thought the race went because honestly, you know how we felt about it. And of course, we are gonna see you for the next race. Stay tuned, and we'll see you in the comment section. Ciao.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, bye. Yeah.